All right, we back. Mercy Sports Talk. I tried to wait and see what's going on with Matthew Stafford for this game, but let's talk about it. Lions going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. The Vikings probably coming off their best game this year behind Dalvin Cook, scoring 4 touchdowns. The first person to do it since Ahmad Rashad for the Minnesota Vikings. You didn't know Ahmad Rashad played for the Minnesota Vikings? Yeah, Ahmad Rashad played for the Minnesota Vikings. Also was married to the wife off the Cosby Show. I think they end up getting divorced, but that's a beautiful woman. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And most people thought the Vikings would be an easy win. Most people like me thought they would beat the Colts last week, but the Lions didn't. With or without Matthew Stafford, it's definitely going to be a test if they can stop the run. Last week, they did a good job with Jonathan Taylor. Maybe he hit the rookie yard, but this guy named Jordan Wilkinson did a good job running over him. You look at the Vikings, your number one thing to do is to stop Dalvin Cook. But Kirk Cousins did throw a block party on the Lions last year. Stafford did throw a block party on the Vikings defense last year at Ford Field. I think they lost the second game. Or they lost to Minnesota. I can't remember what happened, but they probably lost when Stafford wasn't the quarterback. I believe that's what happened. He was already injured. But sheesh. Minnesota DBs are young. Defense not doing the same. No Everson Griffin. He playing for the Lions this week. He has some issues with Mike Zimmer saying he was a good player. No Yannick Ngakoue. Sheesh. So this might be a game where the Lions can put up some points if Stafford is playing. When you look at the game, for the Vikings standpoint of view, really, with or without no Stafford, no Kenny Galladay, one thing you want to do is just do you. Stop the run. Make the Lions one-dimensional. No Galladay. Stafford ain't human. Stafford not that good without Galladay. They don't get Hockenson the ball a lot. If Marvin Hall play, you got to worry about him stretching the field. Without Galladay there, you really can defend him in deep half of the field. You just got to worry about Amendola really finding the holes in the zone. But other than that, Swift is the number one to stop with or without Stafford. Other than that, you just want to stop Marvin Hall from going deep. That's it. Defensively for them. Offensively for them. Run Dalvin Cook, play action, put Thielen in the slot, take advantage of him and Jefferson in the middle and going down the field. Simple game plan for them. And win the battle with special teams as well, too. But when you look at the Lions going against the Minnesota Vikings, really boil down to stopping Dalvin Cook and trying to manufacture some offense. Without Galladay, it's going to be hard. Without Stafford, it's going to be harder. They really don't have a chance without Stafford. And I think they really don't have much of a chance without Galladay. So offensively, it's really about letting Marvin Hall get down the field and getting the ball to DeAndre Swift and getting the ball to TJ Hockenson. That should be the game plan. With Blog, with what's the backup quarterback from Chicago name? Chase Daniels. Get the ball to Swift, get the ball to Hockenson, get the ball down the field to Hall. Everything else should come after that. Jones on the crossing routes, Jones on the out routes, Jones on the speed outs, on the whip routes, on the drags and the shallow crosses. That should be him. Amendola finding his holes in the zone. But without Stafford, they don't have a chance. But, if they do have Stafford, really should be a ton of Hockenson, a ton of Swift, and a ton of Hall. Him and Hall have a beautiful connection. I think the coaches finally figured that out last week versus the Colts. They went down the field, and they had a lot of success with that. So I think without Galladay, they did have that success without Galladay. But I think if you let Hockenson and Jones and Amendola work the middle of the field, you use Swift in the swing routes and the Texas routes and option routes out the backfield, I think with Stafford, you got a chance. With Chase Daniels, no chance. That's what you got. No chance without Chase Daniels. He just doesn't have an arm talent. I think David Blau gives them a better chance to win than Chase Daniels. And they got Chase Daniels because he lit them up last year. But guess what? He had a really good Chicago defense behind him. But a ton of Swift in the running game, a ton of Hall down the field, a ton of Hockenson Sunday in Minnesota should be the remedy, like Hennessy, for a victory. Defensively for them, it's really about stopping the run, stopping Cook. If you get to the second level, wrapping up, really about forcing Kirk Cousins to throw the football. Last year he had some success versus us at Ford Field. But really, if I'm them, I'm doubling Adam Thielen, and I'm putting out everybody in the box to stop Dalvin Cook. And if Adam Thielen or if Justin Jefferson beat me, I'll shake his hand. If Irv Smith beat me, I'll shake his hand. Other than that, that's really my game plan for Sunday. Is really stop them guys, stop him in the blitz Kirk Cousins, force him to get the ball out of his hands fast, wrap up and tackle. But, this game is really the toilet bowl game. They got 2 victories. We got 3 victories. Really, it's kind of really for us, it should be the rush to, get Trevor Lawrence. It's going to be hard to beat the New York Jets, but the higher you get, maybe you can trade up and get one of the Jets, the Jets' #1 pick. But you don't really want to be in no man's land. My whole thing about this game is really you want to lose it. You're kind of happy if Stafford don't play. Really, they should shut down Stafford anyway and just go into losing. As I said last week, you don't want to win some meaningless games and you didn't get a quarterback last year. Same thing for the Vikings. Why you want to win this game? We see really now, blatantly, you see Kirk Cousins not the guy. You should have never gave him a 2-year extension. Now you need a quarterback. They want to bring Trey Lance back up there to the Minnesota area. You got to be bad. So really, you want to lose this game. That's Mason scratching. You really want to lose this game because you want to be in position to get a draft pick. Now, the Lions could have been in position to, play Tua, play Justin Herbert, or if they moved up and got Joe Burrow, they would have been in position to get one of those guys. But now you in a situation where you got 3 wins. Sheila should have fired them last week. She should have fired him last week. Perhaps they should release Matthew Stafford. People say that's crazy, or sat him. You're just in a position to lose games. You know what I'm saying? You just need to be in position to lose games. And people don't get it. You need to lose games. Had you took Hawkins, had you took Galladay, had you took Tua, had you took Herbert, then you would have been in a position to save Bob Quinn's job. But Minnesota found out they're not going nowhere with Kirk Cousins. Detroit, they have a 12-year sample. You never went anywhere with Matthew Stafford. Now it's time to find a future. Now you could have moved up and got Kyler Murray a couple years ago. You could have got Tua Herbert. You could have moved up for Burrows a couple years ago. Now you're in a situation where you're going to be racing for Lawrence, and you might not get him. You might not get Fields. You might not get Lance. You just really got to hope that it's a 3rd or 4th, 5th quarterback that you really can build around. And same thing for Minnesota. Anybody could have seen Kirk Cousins wasn't good enough to get them over the hump. That playoff win was fool's gold. New Orleans is historically a choke job in playoff games with Drew Brees. It was an anomaly they beat the Indianapolis Colts because Tracy Porter got that pick 6, but really it's the tank quarterback game. And the Jags looking to tank, the Jets looking to tank. And it's just unfortunate that, the Lions are in a position where you got guys just trying to save their job, and Sheila should really go ahead and pull the plug. If you get ugly Sunday and Dalvin Cook run for another fucking 800 yards on us and 7 touchdowns, hopefully she fired him because she got to understand she in a position where, we got to lose games to get somebody to help us. Make this job look intriguing. Get up there in the top 3 and make this job look intriguing. If you get the 7th pick and you got this roster, ain't nobody going to want to be the GM of this football team. And that's just the God honest truth. And same thing for Rick Spielman and the Minnesota Vikings. You paid Kirk Cousins. You paid him because he's white. Let's keep it real. You didn't pay him because he's talented. You paid him because he's white and he won a lucky playoff game versus the Saints. Case Keenum did the same thing. Minnesota was never going nowhere with Kirk Cousins. A blind man could have told you that. I've been working Kirk Cousins since he was at Michigan State. He ain't nothing but to get a final score, because this ain't much to talk about. To get a final score, give me Minnesota 31, the Lions with Stafford 24, without Stafford 10. I don't see them moving the ball. I see it being a long day. Hopefully it's a day where Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn get the boot. But I understand they was going to fire Matt Patricia and keep Bob Quinn, which they both got to go. Sheila, just give me the job. You don't want to spend no money. Give me the job. I can get the job done better than all these multi-million-dollar guys you paying. I'm better than Bob Quinn at talent. I'm better than Matt Patricia. I can coach better than him. He can't coach at all. I don't know where he got his PhD from. He had to be Player Hater University, but give me the GM job. I can make it happen. I can draft better than them. Without all their resources, I'll fire all their scouts. I'll hire Micro Mike. I'll hire Dosey Dean. We can do a way better job than they can do. Hopefully she fired him after the game. Hopefully it's like 100-0. But with Stafford, I think it's a competitive game. Without Stafford, it's a 31-10 type of game. I think Blog come in because Chase Daniel's doing bad. Let me know what you guys think. Check out our prediction list. Check out our Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Don't forget to check out the channels out. Goodfellas Sports TV, Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0 for more sports and music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think. I got Minnesota 31-24 with Stafford, 31-0, maybe like 50-0 without Stafford, 31-10. Your blog or say Driscoll blog or Chase Daniels play. Want to make a donation? Best way to do that is share the video. Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love, support. We gone.